Was shut down for half of the day as a major storm sweeping past the city kept the year's first number 8 typhoon warning signal in force for 12 hours.
The city escaped major damage or serious casualties, but there was a rush back to work as offices and businesses reopened after lunch. ATV's Winna Wong reports.
There was a scramble to return to work this morning when the number 8 typhoon warning signal was cancelled as Typhoon Kalmaegi made landfall on Hainan Island. The first number 8 of the year gave students a day off, but there was no such luck for workers. They had to hit the road again after a few hours extra rest. Many people left home while the number 8 was still up to avoid traffic chaos. But the crowds were overwhelming, and some bus terminals installed extra octopus card readers to ease the passenger flow. This man said he chose to take the bus instead of the MTR today because the crowd was smaller. Others weren't in a hurry, but wanted to make sure they reached their workplace safe and sound.
As long as the bus doesn't fall over in the wind, then I'm happy with that.
MTR trains kept running at 5-minute intervals, even when the number 8 was up. Stations were packed, but commuters said it was just like the rush hour every morning. When the signal was lowered, service frequency increased on all lines except East Rail. That's because branches of a large tree that fell blocked the tracks of Taiwo Station at around 10:30 a.m., forcing a 5-minute delay between trains. All services returned to normal at around noon. Strong winds caused disruptions at Cheklap Kok, stranding thousands of people, some for more than 5 hours. In all, 45 flights in and out of the city were cancelled and more than 500 delayed. Some passengers took the chaos in their stride.
Yesterday I received email from the company. He informed me that the flight will be delayed and will depart 11:55, and I'm quite satisfied.
So it won't disrupt your itinerary?
Yes, of course, but weather, what you can do.
At its closest, Kalmaegi was about 350 kilometers from Hong Kong, but it packed winds of up to 130 kilometers an hour. 30 people went to hospital for storm-related injuries, but none was seriously hurt. About 130 trees toppled, and there were floods in some low-lying areas, including Hanfa Chun. Government offices, businesses, and the stock market reopened in the afternoon. The observatory expects rough weather in the short term.
This outer rain band of Kalmaegi is still affecting the Hong Kong and the coastal areas of Guangdong. So we expect tonight and tomorrow morning, Hong Kong will still affected by the squally shower of the rain bands. Also take a look that there will be a rough sea and swells, so the public should pay attention to this.
Earlier today, some swimmers ignored government advice and the red flag to go for a dip at Big Wave Bay in Southern District. Winna Wong, ATV News.
Typhoon Kalmaegi has a much bigger impact on the mainland, where it triggered mass evacuations and major transport disruptions.
Macau wasn't spared, with roads flooded and taxi drivers taking advantage by charging tourists more for journeys. ATV's Ann Cheng reports.
The number 8 signal was raised in Macau at around 1:15 this morning as Typhoon Kalmaegi roared towards the gambling hub. Winds of up to 130 kilometers an hour and heavy rain lashed the city. The inclement weather kept early bird gamblers away from casinos. High waves swept ashore, causing a flood on the city's main avenue. Buses moved slowly while people waded in shin-deep water to reach their destination. This man was angry to find his electronics shop flooded. He accused the government of not warning people about the spillover from the sea. As this woman cleared water from her dried seafood store, she complained that despite having large coffers, the government hasn't built a seawall. Many roadside food stalls were forced to suspend business while cleaners tried to clear up rubbish. There were long delays at Macau's ferry terminals as services were suspended before resuming after the number 8 was lowered at 1 p.m. The police and transport department officials were kept busy cracking down on taxi drivers who took advantage of limited public transport to charge customers exorbitant fares. A fight broke out after transport officials accused a taxi driver of picking passengers who were willing to pay more. This mainlander filed a report with the authorities because she was forced to leave a taxi when she refused to pay a higher fare. But some people managed to have some fun during the storm.